My guess is, I think you had this being the second biggest show besides Miro. I've got the same rating as the Punk one.
So, 1.3.
Yeah, sure.
I think it ties their debut.
Wow, you guys
after seeing the reaction, and because Punk and Danielson was first, and you can expect like midway through, people are telling, "Yo, go turn on this show." I can see that getting 1.5, and then overall them doing between 1.3, 1.4.
We're going on a ledge. Let's say we have a new record.
Wow. I think he's lost your mind.
This was as hyped as like a WrestleMania SummerSlam type of card on weekly TV.
Because you people deal with nerds. I'm just 1.3.
I thought it was a bit, but Jimmy actually hates Tony. I want to hear the reasons, actually. If you say he's a terrible booker, I would be shocked.
Watching right now. As many people as possible.
If you say he's a terrible booker, I will be shocked.
You haven't heard. Listen to me.
What?
Before the last 2 months, get rid of the last 2 months. Get rid of everything pre-punk. I mean, post-punk. Stay with me here. When I say, what do you like about AEW? You would go, the matches are fantastic. The promos are fantastic. I can't wait to see this week of the week. At no point in time would you mention, this was a tightly booked show.
Yes, I would.
It was stink. Malachi Black, just in the last 2 months, his booking's been all over the place. He can't beat this one. He can't beat that one.
I can attest to that.
I'm just saying.
The booking of Malachi Black post-punk still sucks.
But in the last 2 months, he's cleaned it up. I don't ask for much. Just get your shit together. The fact that he's not Vince, you don't get any obligatory points from me because I don't watch WWE, so I don't care. I care about what I'm saying. What I'm saying is bad booking.
Including Malachi Black.
Ridiculous. Tony Khan is the 2020 Booker of the Year for Wrestling Observer, and he's already sealed up 2021.
Guarantee.
Yes, we are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for another live edition of AEWramble with our review of the September 29th, 2021 edition of Wednesday Night Dynamite. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to discuss, because they came back after Grand Slam with another solid edition of AEW Dynamite. So we are here to discuss it, and I am here once again with one half of the Dynamite duo, the man of 41,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reactions and reviews, Jimmy Macram, aka Negro Damas.
Thank you, Romeo, for my props at the top of the hour. I appreciate it. I was so ready to fucking toot my own horn. I didn't even have to.
Romeo's got you. Romeo knows how to plan these how to plan these clips from our shows. So yeah, so we got a lot to discuss, and yes, you were right. Dynamite last week for Grand Slam did the third highest viewership of the duration of the show, 1.273 million viewers. So, what do you think? Right off the bat, I'm gonna ask you, before I even ask you about about last night's show, what's gonna be the rating this week, Negro Damas?
Not that. Let's go 1.08 or something.
So yes, and we are live as per usual, so you know what to do. Drop a like on this video, share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified so you always know when we go live with a new video, a live stream like AEWramble. You will always get notified if you hit that bell, so it's very important. And of course, if you're with us live, we want to hear your thoughts on AEW Dynamite from September 29th, 2021. All your thoughts on all the big moments, all the big matches in the live chat. And of course, sending a super chat donation is the best way to get highlighted. And right off the bat, before I even get to ask Jimmy his one word, we got a super chat donation from the one and only Easy Attack, aka Professor Chris from the NWA podcast. He says, how gangster was it when Big Shoddy Lee pulled Cody toward him, tagged himself, and won the damn match. That is exactly what the brother needed. Yes,
Agreed.
it was. I totally agree with that. Thank you, Professor Chris, for that generous super chat donation. It helps the channel out a lot. It helps us do more live streams like this. So it's always appreciated, and we're very grateful for it. And we always try to highlight as many of your live comments as possible. We got Annika Wilson joining us. We got Connor Smith, all the good eggs joining us. Hard work, Bearcat Blue. He's not you, my boy Blue anymore. He's hard work, Bearcat Blue. But yes, to gotta highlight Chris's super chat donation. But Jimmy, your thoughts, one word on the September 29th edition of AEW Dynamite.
Solid.
That is fair. That is a fair assessment. But yes, we are going to get into it. So give us your thoughts in the live chat. Super chat donations always appreciated, because we are talking about the September 29th 2021 edition of AEW Dynamite, which took place from the home of the late great Brodie Lee in Rochester, New York. And boy, oh boy, this crowd was very amped up and ready for the show. And this one was dedicated to the late great Brodie Lee. You felt the energy that this was going to be a special night for AEW right off the bat. We got the Brodie chants from the beginning after the in memory of Brodie Lee at the top of the show, and the music hit, and we had a special commentator on this night as the one and only CM Punk. What did you think about Punk the entire night on commentary?
I thought this was his best night of commentary. He kind of got lost on Rampage, and he was all right the last Dynamite. But this one, I felt like he was in his bag. He found his groove.
I agree. I midway through, I was just like, can he be on commentary every week? He's not wrestling every week. He's not wrestling. Can he be on commentary? Because he is a welcomed addition, and he makes the 4-person commentary booth that we usually get on Rampage a little bit more feasible and digestible on Dynamite here. Yeah. It never felt like too many voices.
Which is weird, because on Rampage, it almost always feels like too many voices, because one of those voices is Chris Jericho.
Yelling at the top of his lungs. And just when you think that, the crowd couldn't be odder, we start off with the Brodie chants. We start off with CM Punk. They're singing CM Punk's song. He does his victory lap around the ring. We have our opening match, and they start out hot with Adam Cole, baby, going one-on-one with Jungle Boy. These two men have been feuding ever since Adam Cole debuted in AEW back at All Out. Adam Cole with a great pop once again here in Rochester. He just feels like one of the most over guys in this company already. And I thought that we got a spectacular opener. This was a very good back and forth matchup between the two men. We got Jungle Boy hitting big moves like the brainbuster into a belly to belly into the corner. He also hit like a rolling German suplex. Him and Adam Cole fought to the outside. Adam Cole stops him on a suicide dive with the insecurity, but then Adam Cole gets on the apron, and Jungle Boy does a no hands Hurricane Rana off the apron to the floor, and it almost looked like he hurt his knee there. Ow, indeed. But it was a very great matchup. At one point, he gets Adam Cole into the snare trap. They very much amped it up on commentary that no one has escaped the snare trap, and no one did again, because when Adam Cole tries to get to the ropes, Jungle Boy brings him into the middle of the ring, but Cole slips out and kicks away. The referee tries to get in the way of both men, but while she's distracted, Adam Cole nails a low blow, and he hits the boom for the 1, 2, 3. Like I said, a spectacular opener, a great way to start the show, and another great match for Jungle Boy. I felt like although Adam Cole got the victory here, Jungle Boy once again looks great in defeat and continues on his run of spectacular singles matches this year to go along with his match with Dax Hardwood, his match with Kenny Omega, his match with Darby Allin, and then this one, he just always delivers in these high profile singles matches on Dynamite, and he did here. What was your thoughts, Jimmy?
Number one, we gotta get rid of the Jungle Boy name. I know we love Jungle Boy. It's cute and all that, but he's got to beat Jungle Boy Jack Perry. And JR continues to try to push to no avail. Just me and JR on the bandwagon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I must say, after the Panama Sunrise, that near fall, I thought it was over. And I wouldn't have been mad at it, quite frankly.
That was a great near fall. I do agree.
And Adam Cole sold like $1 million, that douchey smile he had on his face. To me, this was Jungle Boy's, I don't know if I want to say best match. That Omega match is really fucking good. But this is the match that made him feel the most like a big star to me, the most like a main eventer. He was kind of even with Adam Cole. It wasn't the uphill battle it was with Omega. And I liked it. The snare trap you mentioned, him pulling him away, I thought worked. Punk and company protecting the finishing move. That looks kind of lame, quite frankly, but it is what it is. And I'm glad Cole went over, and I'm glad he went over in a heelish way. Without all the interference, by the way, because that's kind of the Elite's thing.
Yeah.
Separating himself from their nonsense, which I'm here for. By the way, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Before the Elite comes out, that shirt with Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, that shirt, I didn't see it on the show, but that shirt, I might get that shirt. It's a shame it has Matt Jackson on it, but I might get that shirt. I love that shirt.
I need you to stop disrespecting Matt Jackson because he plays his role perfectly. He is not the spectacular brother, but he is the obnoxious one. He's the over the top obnoxious one of the brothers. And yes, Adam Cole celebrates his tainted victory. And I like the low blow finish. I don't usually like those, but it protected Jungle Boy. And they're doing a great job of making Adam Cole look like he is a major star. And yeah, they're doing great stuff with both of those guys, and this was a great way to start the show. After the match, we got the members of the Elite come down, and CM Punk completely torched the Elite theme song, the BTE's theme song. he gives credit to the Adam Cole theme song for being, in the iTunes top 10, but he completely craps on the BTE song. But the Elite come to the ring. We get Carl Anderson talking about how great the Elite is, and including introducing most of the team. And he says, and of course, Knack and Cutler. And then he hands the mic to Cole, and he talks about how he beat Jungle Boy on his own because Bebe is elite and undefeated. And I love the fact that we got an instant answer if this match worked, because not only are they trying to establish Adam Cole as a top guy in this company, they are trying to get him over as a heel. And when he bragged about beating Jungle Boy, the fans booed him. So that means that the match worked because Jungle Boy got over as the babyface. Adam Cole was clearly the heel with the low blow, and the reaction from the Rochester fans, showed that. Then they said they're going to hand it over to the best promo in the business, which the fans chant CM Punk for, and they hand it to Nakazawa instead, and he fumbles the mic. But then they give it over to Kenny Omega, and he talks about how social media has been blowing up over his match with Bryan Danielson last week. He said last week might have been the greatest match in AEW history. And he says, I don't care. That's cool. I don't care. That's cool. I love the way he said it. That's cool, but I don't care. He said Danielson cashed in on his promise to kick Omega's head in, but he couldn't make it work when it counted. Since Danielson has no record, though, he isn't getting a rematch, and he'll never see Omega face to face. And of course, that is the cue for Bryan Danielson to interrupt, and he comes down to the ramp, and he refers to the champ as Kenny No Balls Omega, which leads to a Kenny No Balls chant. Perfect stuff. Great stuff. Punk was like, well, that's a t-shirt. Danielson issues the challenge to face any member of the Elite on Rampage, but get no takers. Instead, Omega wants to fight right now, but Danielson calls out the reinforcements from the back and gets Frankie Kazarian, Christian Cage, and Jurassic Express, and the Elite bails from the fight, of course. So what did you think about the post-match here, Jimmy?
I like the segment. First of all, the fact that we handed Nick Jackson the mic instead of Matt means somebody is watching the recap and they understand who the superior Jackson is in all aspects. But more importantly, I didn't like the best promo in the business. because I too immediately thought of CM Punk since he just came out, and it kind of fucked up the gimmick of Nagasawa since he didn't even wait for the chance to die down. He just tried to talk over it. I didn't hear a fucking word he said, to be completely fucking honest. But I'm here. It made Danielson look good. It made Omega look good. People are still hyped for this match. The fact that we still don't have Hangman means we're probably not gonna get Hangman in full gear.
I don't know. We'll get to what they announced for next week. I don't know.
Fucking some type of number one contendership thing or something. So one would imagine it feels kind of an obvious thing. I'm not gonna complain about seeing Dragon and Omega again, obviously. But I'm just saying, I need my Hangman.
And I like this babyface army, this American Dragon anti-elite army once again coming into play, and that is a nice little segue because we could talk about already the two of the big matches that they have for next week is the 2-year anniversary of AEW Dynamite, and this segment kind of segues into what should be the main event or opener, knowing AEW opener of the show, which is going to be the Elite of Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Adam Cole versus Jurassic Express, Christian Cage, and Bryan Danielson. My lord, this is going to be tremendous, Jimmy.
That's a fantastic visual too.
Yes,
it feels like a big deal.
Who do you see winning this one?
Shit. You would think Danielson needs to win. I got the Elite winning though. I think Danielson gets his number one contendership some other way. Do some shenanigans, some guy.
And then we're also going to get Bryan Danielson going one-on-one with Nick Jackson on Rampage. What do you think about that one? I know you are the biggest Nick Jackson fan on YouTube. So what's your thoughts on him versus the Dragon?
Yes to fucking all of this. I was so excited. I thought it was going to be Adam Cole when I first heard it. But Nick Jackson is first of all, the superior choice, number one. And number two, yes. The only person I like more than Nick Jackson and Go Baker is Bryan Danielson. So fucking yes. Yes to all of this.
This is one of your dream matches right here. We got our good friend EBB in the chat here saying CM Punk was great on commentary throughout. And I think poking fun at Jimmy here saying, man, Tony Khan books a great tightly knit show, huh?
Yeah. 3 out of 4 of his booking are fantastic.
Annika Wilson saying that is the best idea until they set up his next competitor, and saying that Jungle Boy killed this match. Totally agree with that. Romeo is in the live chat saying you can call him Jack Perry when he learns how to consistently be a winner.
Jesus.
And Real Take Sports dropping the facts here, dropping the big time facts here, saying that great show with one huge flaw: no hook. Hookers of the world unite. Stand up, unite. It is all about the Hook Nation, because even Tay Conti knows. Even Tay Conti knows. It's all about Hook. It is all about being a hooker, ladies and gentlemen. You love to see it. You love to see it out here in these streets. We also got Connor Smith saying they moved Full Gear to Minnesota. Yes. I did see that, and I'm thinking my wife is giving me the thumbs up. I might have to make this move. Since I missed Grand Slam, I might have to make this move to go to Minnesota for Full Gear. I might have to make that. We also got Annika responding to Romeo saying hurtful. EBB saying Matt Jackson and Darius Martin about to come knock on Jimmy's door.
Hey, I'm like Arn Anderson. You roll up on me, goddammit. You trouble. Absolutely.
It's like every week, either the comments or you guys give us the alley-oop to use that. We also got EBB saying, I thought this was a very Daniel Bryan promo as opposed to the confident, serious Danielson we've got so far. I think we still got the confident Danielson here, and the Kenny no balls. I don't think he would have said balls in WWE, to be fair. And then we got Real Take Sports saying Frankie Kazarian couldn't hunt a dead animal to save his life. Worst hunter ever. Yes.
He stinks. What a waste of a gimmick that was. That's a fantastic gimmick. Let's say you gave it to Danielson, he came and just beat motherfuckers up. Oh, they ruined it. That's a Tony Khan for you. Just give it to anybody.
Hey, they had to give Frankie something.
Do we? Yes.
He
give him his release papers.
Oh my God! Will you stop? Will you stop? Hey! Daniels is in Impact, so they could reunite there. They could reunite SCU and Impact.
Everybody.
It wasn't the stipulation only in AEW. Right? I don't know, but that sounds good to me. Next up, we had the Lucha Bros backstage with Alex Abrahantes in an interview holding all their gold, the AEW World Tag Team titles, as well as the AAA Tag Team titles. And Andrade interrupts the Lucha Bros and says they haven't defended their AAA Tag Team titles in a long time, since Triple Mania. He has some friends if they're up for a defense, and the Bros seem down. We also get Jose talking here. What did you think about this little short little promo segment here?
This promo missed Chavo, quite frankly. I like Jose enough. I like his gimmick, at least, the Butler. But listen, Andrade is a star. That match with Pac is one of my favorite matches of the year. However, I can't understand a word this motherfucker says. I'm sorry. Maybe it's me and my American years, but I don't understand a word the motherfucker says. I miss Chavo. And we're not getting Ric Flair, so it's like double worse.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out here in these streets. It's kind of tough to understand Andrade. They need somebody to come in and manage him. Hopefully somebody soon. But next we have tag team action, as it was Matt Seidel and Dante Martin versus Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson. This coming off the heels of Cody's loss to Malachi Black last week at AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. And immediately we hear the boos from Rochester for Cody Rhodes. It seems like it's a New York thing to boo Cody at this point, and it felt like immediately they were playing into the crowd reaction, because we got Arn Anderson trying to coach up the Nightmare Family, Big Shotty and Cody, and Cody, he says that Big Shotty should start the match, but Cody instead starts it himself, not listening to Arn once again. This match became the Dante Martin show, though. Once he got into the ring, he does a standing moonsault out of a fucking punch, like he's a fucking ninja. Like, it's ridiculous. At one point, CM Punk calls him a martial artist, and he wants to be in the ring with him to appreciate his art. Matt Seidel and Cody are kind of play their roles very well, but it's the Dante Martin show. He does a stand up a dive to the outside where he springboards off the ropes and does a flip dive to the outside. He does a double jump moonsault. But then out of nowhere, Big Shotty says, "Enough of your shit, Cody." He drags Cody to his corner. He tags himself in. He gets kicked in the face by Seidel first, but that doesn't seem to matter as Johnson kicks Seidel in the face, only to get rolled up by Martin for 2 count. Another super kick rocks Martin, though, and he hits a fisherman buster onto the knee, like a fisherman neck breaker for the win. Big Shotty with a very impressive win here. What did you think about this match, Jimmy?
I actually, first of all, when this match was announced, I was very concerned, but I thoroughly enjoyed this match. A little disappointed Dante didn't go over, though. Lee going over played into, I guess, what they're going to move on to next. And while Lee Johnson and Dante Martin were in the ring, for those of you who are not old messes like me and Sid, there used to be something called the European Championship, which is right below the Intercontinental title, which is right below the WWE title. That's what that felt like to me. Like, they're not the future just yet, but they're right next to it. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And listen, Lee dragging him towards the ropes, I thought, oh my God, now we're going to do Cody. Cody would have won the match, but the dumb darky fucked it up. But no! Lee Johnson pulls it off. Let's go. I'm here for it. I'm still here for what happened afterwards.
Oh man, like if you thought the match, and I thought this match exceeded expectations, because I feel like the expectations was low because, you know, we don't know how Cody and Lee Johnson, we knew that Dante Martin would defy gravity as he always does, and his athleticism and agility is unreal. It's literally insane, and it's amazing every time he goes out there. It's a showcase for him. But I like that Big Shotty got the victory for them. But the post match, Oh my God, the post match was even better as Cody calls out Malachi Black, but Arn Anderson tells him to shut up. Anderson talks about how Black has destroyed everything they love, and Cody is missing the point. Black is an assassin who will take out everyone to win a match. Cody is the kind of person who would give up his car if someone tried to steal it. But Anderson, he says, on the other hand, he is the type of person that will pull out his Glock and splatter their head right on the pavement. Oh my God.
His face.
I'm just going to keep that there. That's it.
I don't even know if that's PG.
He says he isn't going to coach a loser anymore, and he tells Lee Johnson, at least you listen so you can come with me. And Lee Johnson, no questions asked, leaves with the shooter. Arn Anderson.
God. Oh, that's fucking perfect.
The shooter, Arn Anderson. My Lord, this was vintage Arn Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. I loved every minute of this. What did you think, Jimmy?
Fucking country ass Arn Anderson. That was fucking fantastic. I criticize Cody for his soap opera-esque storylines, quite frankly, but this feels like one that might actually work. If we build up Lee Johnson, we remove Arn Anderson, maybe Cody goes into a further downward spiral, which I'll be here for. Therefore, we're kind of avoiding the fact that he's not over anymore. Therefore, it's just this thing he's going through. Who knows? Look at his face. Cody's face sells it. It's just like, oh, Jesus.
He's like, I didn't know he was going to say that.
And if this builds to... Listen, the only bad thing that could happen out of this, which is probably what will happen, is if we get a Nightmare Family feud. That's the only bad thing that could happen. But if we just get Lee Johnson versus Cody, or some version of that, I'm here for it. Or Lee on his own. We just move on. Because Arn is done with Cody, we're done forever, and then we just do Cody and Lee Johnson as a team. See?
Yes. This like I said, they were playing into the crowd reaction and the loss to Malachi Black. I like the fact that it felt like they were moving away from that and starting a new angle, though. My God, Arn Anderson. I forgot that Arn Anderson is one of the greatest promos of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Ever. This is what he did weekly on WCW Nitro when we were kids, and he reminded us of his purpose. Like I gave him the LVP last week for falling off the apron, but he totally redeemed himself, and he created plenty of great memes off of this, including this one. Call the ambulance. But not for me.
People don't understand how hard it is to fucking talk with Ric Flair in the room, and fucking Arn did it every time he got the chance. Arn is hilarious. Something about splattering somebody's brains on the pavement is worse than just shooting them. It's just so visual. Like, goddamn, all right. And it's a Glock. He was so specific about what's going on, so you know he has a Glock. He doesn't just have a gun. It's a Glock. Like, Jesus.
He's like, I got my Glock. It wasn't, he didn't say pull out my gun. He was like, I got my Glock. Oh my God. I was so pleased with this promo here. We got Real Take Sports saying Dante Martin is insane. I tried to explain what he was doing on my stream and gave up. Truly an AEW Martin versus Penta at Full Gear. But he meant Ray Phoenix. I definitely would love to see that. Ray Phoenix versus Dante Martin would be amazing. And Annika loves Jimmy talking about that wrestling history. The European Championship was
so old. European Championship is wrestling history? Jesus.
It's been almost 20 years since that title was in existence. Hard work, Bearcat Blue saying been saying that AEW needs a belt for dark for guys like Dante and Lee. Yeah, that would be pretty good. I will say that.
Or women's tag or women's secondary. Like what?
I'm down for the trios. You know me. I'm down for the trios. Give me Death Triangle versus Super Click. I'm there all day for it. Hard Work saying I was thinking the FTW belt would be good in the European Championship spot. If they're gonna do something with the FTW belt, don't just have it as a Team Taz title, pretty much of what has been. EBB saying I spent all year planning to steal Arn's old ass car, but fuck that.
Nope. He ain't giving it up.
I love our friends at Fightful. Jeremy Lambert put out a article that said, "Don't steal Arn's car, steal Cody's." That's what you
hurt me. First of all, how dangerous is that? By the way, I already had fucking some nut using a pizza cutter on TV. Now we've got Arn Anderson telling civilians, "Don't give up your car like a pussy. Shoot the cops. I'm gonna trust it." What? We're gonna get so many people killed. Arn said, "Fight back."
Use force, ladies and gentlemen. Use force to get your way. If Professor Chris Easy Attack saying Arn scares me more than Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar after that promo. He will shoot a motherfucker. Yes, he will. Yes, he will, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we learned. CM saying, who else would you leave with? Arn with the blinky or we tell you, Cody?
I told you to leave. You leave, goddammit. Yes, sir.
Oh man, Connor Smith saying Nightmare Family Feud with special guest referee Steve Harvey. And yes, hey, Josh Bowen just joining us. We are having fun with the Arn Anderson promo. Real Take Sports saying Arn the Glock Anderson, and that's why he named his son Brock because it rhymes with Glock.
That's the closest he could get.
That was as close as he could get, ladies and gentlemen. That was good enough for him. Oh man, what a promo. Arn Anderson, what are the goats? Once again, got to put this up. Arn the Glock Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we had our trios matchup as it was the Dream Trio, the Babyface Dream Trio of Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley, and Darby Allin with Sting in their corner versus Bear Country and the debuting Anthony Green, formerly known as August Gray in NXT, even though if you blinked, you missed his whole run in NXT. But Moxley and Kingston and Darby got the big pop from the fans in Rochester, New York. And this one was quick, easy, to the point. And this was exactly what I wanted from the previous trios match that they had against the Wingman, where I felt like that was a little too long. This was the perfect length. This was 3.5 minutes of crazy brawling all over the ring. Darby looking good in the ring against Anthony Green. Then Kingston and Moxley come in and to completely destroy Anthony Green. Anthony Green does a springboard into a crossbody and it completely bounces off of Moxley and Kingston. And now they have a name for their half and half suplex lariat combination. It's called the Violent Crown. And that's how they get the victory over Green and Bear Country. This was exactly what it needed to do. It was fun. It was short, sweet, and the crowd was completely in the corner of the baby faces. After the match, we had the Stinger. Sting hit a scorpion death drop on Anthony Green, and he just had the face like, I get paid to do this every week. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm living my best life. What did you think about this squash trios match here?
Like you said, it was what it needed to be. I gotta be honest, I like Bear Country more than most, I think. Maybe because they look so different than everybody else on the roster, and they can work. They got some redhead I like the most, more than the other one rather, but they're better than most. Not sure what Anthony Green did so heelish that got him beat up after the match. I felt a little odd. Like, I thought you guys were babyface. What the fuck? And Sting's the biggest babyface, and he's been a cunt. But whatever. Fair enough. This didn't bother me. In fact, nothing up to this point has bothered me. I thought the whole show has been fantastic up to this point.
Yes, this just continued a nice run of segments and matches to start off the show, and it completed what I thought was one of the better first hours of Dynamite in a long time. Not a long time because we got 30 minutes of Danielson and Omega just last week, but it continued another stretch of great first hours for AEW Dynamite. Josh Bowen saying, you think Arn did that to take the heat off of Goldberg, because Goldberg cut a promo on Monday Night Raw where he said he was going to kill Bobby Lashley, but he didn't say he was going to pull out a Glock, Josh. The Glock is the difference.
Brains out.
Like Goldberg is just saying words. Arn Anderson is giving you visuals. He's giving you visual aids. I'm gonna take the Glock out.
You think he's gonna be in trouble for that?
No, it's Arn Anderson. It's Arn Anderson. It's Arn Anderson. I don't think you want to have trouble with Arn. Connor says, Cody, I have a special gift for you. Your opponent tonight is my son, Brock the Glock Anderson. Oh, I love it. Can't wait for Oli to hit a Annika saying can't wait for Moxley to finally hit a fan with his water bottle. Yeah, he always comes out and completely just throws it into the air. It's always hilarious to me. Connor Smith saying we've all seen Raven and the Flock, but boy oh boy, have you heard about Arn and the Glock?
Motherfuckers having a blast, so to speak.
Great analogy, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, Josh. Yeah, there's words, and then there's I'm gonna pull my Glock out and I'm gonna use it. And then Frantic World saying that Arn promo was funny. Funny is the least of the least compliment we could give it, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we had a video package from the AEW Women's World Champion Britt Baker and Ruby Soho. We got highlights of their match from last week with Soho saying that she had 20 people singing her name. It was the most appreciation that she got at
all. Not 20,000 people, maybe 10. I know it was 19,998 at tops, lady.
Hey, there was 20,177 was the exact count. So 20,176 because 175 because you and Cash were not saying no Ruby Soho for sure. But Ruby says that she's gonna work her way back up the rank and she's gonna win the AEW Women's World Championship. While Britt Baker says to the back of the line, and they might have been singing your name they might have been singing your song because they like your song. They don't like you because it's all about DMD. What did you think about this little promo and video package here?
He's the greatest mean girl character in the history of wrestling business. I actually enjoyed this for both parties. It reminds you to Go Baker, while a goat is a heel. It's not a very nice person at all. And Ruby Soho, she came across kind of spicy. I'm here for it. Kind of determined. I'm gonna fucking work my way back. You know what? Sure.
And remember, guys, if you're watching right now, you're just joining us, drop a like on this video. You could share it on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified. And we want to hear your thoughts on AEW Dynamite from last night. In the live chat, we try to highlight all your comments, but to make sure and to help out the channel, your super chat donation, make sure that we highlight your comment on screen, and it helps out the channel greatly. And next, we had the match that will probably make a lot of people, or tried to make a lot of people, cry, as it was the Brodie Lee tribute for with the Dark Order teaming up with Orange Cassidy to verse the Hardy family office. Before the match, Matt Hardy says he was supposed to debut last year in Rochester, New York, but the pandemic stopped that, and it helped him not debut in front of these rotten people. And then Orange Cassidy came out. Then the Dark Order came out. We got the special entrance with the one and only -1 Brodie Lee Jr., because AEW loves to make mushy people like me cry. This was a little bit clunky and disjointed to start off because you had the Dark Order side still with their dissension in their ranks while they're 16 guys, so it can be a little bit all over the place. Everything breaks down as we take a break, but back when we come up, they're isolating Evil Uno. Him and Alex Reynolds start working together, but then Alex Reynolds gets sent into Uno as the issues continue, so Cassidy comes in for the top rope thumbs up splash. Uno walks out of the match, and some more of the Dark Order goes to talk to him, like Stu Grayson and Colt Cabana. But out of nowhere is the one and only, not only -1, but Mrs. Brodie Lee, Amanda Hubert. She gives them a tongue lashing while -1 throws the papers into the face of Uno and Grayson. Tai Conti and Anna Jay are also there with them. They tell them to get their asses to the ring, and then this is when it just starts totally breaking down, but it was great stuff. The Dark Order dives to the outside. We get John Silver with the best hot tag and come back into business to totally destroying the heel faction of the Hardy family office. Silver and Reynolds do their double team offense. 10 does a spine buster, and then Uno and Grayson hit the fatality for the Dark Order to get the victory. I thought that this was a house show type of matchup, but it just gave you the wholesome, happy moment at the end as the Dark Order finally are back together. They extend the hands, the young members to the older members. They shake hands, they all hug, and we get the special moment in the ring with the entire Dark Order, the best friends, Orange Cassidy, Amanda Hubert, and -1 all celebrating in this Brodie Lee tribute match. Wow. I thought that this was great for the moment at the end. The match is the match, but the moment at the end, that's what mattered the most. What did you think, Jimmy?
What you said. We're trying to keep it positive today. We don't want any saltiness on the channel, apparently, because everybody's gonna be on the same page with these AEW Nazis. Which you 100%, yes, Gutenhagen, whatever.
No, let's hear the real. Let's hear the real, Jimmy. Go ahead.
The match was fine. As you said, disjointed early. 12 people, 16 people rather than the match. It's gonna happen. Then once we got the stuff breaking down, I went, really? We're pulling WWE? We're gonna have the Dark Order lose? I'm here for it. I'm here for the nonsense. Here comes -1. Here comes Amanda Hubert. I went, aw, I get it. That's beautiful. But I now know where this is going. Fast forward to the rest of this. Finished. I get it. I get why you did it. That's sweet. But like you said, house show. Once she came out, I got it. I don't even need to know the rest. I know exactly where this all goes. I'm trying to get some sleep.
He's like, I already know where it's gonna go. Boop. Let me go. Oh
man. That's
You broke up there for me, but I get the sentiment that you were not with the shits here.
Dummy, dummy, because he's been on a roll recently. That's a nice little mini arc we had there with the Dark Order, especially if it ends right now. I'm a little sad it's not Hangman, but it's kind of that works. Little month thing that ends in Brodie Lee's tribute. I'm not mad at that.
So people said Jimmy went full potato there.
I don't know what that means. Is that salty?
It's like we needed some type of salt. We needed some, but Beat Boop is giving us the salt too. He says, I gotta be that guy. I don't get the Bray hype. Because there was Bray Wyatt. rumors that he was going to debut until Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio, as well as Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, reported that he wasn't planned for the AEW Dynamite episode here. And yes, I thought it was just me, but our Romy, our good friend, saying Brodie messing with Jimmy's connection. Yeah, because you were kind of like, I heard you talking, but it was just like even EBB saying what the hell. So if you wanna say it now, you're good. Brodie was like, I'm gonna let him talk. Don't worry.
It was fine. It was sweet, but not interesting. So let me catch up on some sleep.
Josh Bowen saying he sounds like a 1985 NES game. Oh man, Annika saying, did anyone else think that Bray Wyatt was gonna show up? No, because like I said, I saw the report from Meltzer and Sean Ross Sapp saying that he wasn't gonna show up, and AEW didn't tease it at all, and they do a pretty good job of teasing these debuts. I feel like this is more what people wanted more than anything that AEW hinted at.
What would you call him? I'm not interested in Bray Wyatt coming here. Like, if he came here, I'm gonna be mad, but. I feel like, to be fair, he's had a long run with this gimmick. It's been, 10 years at this point? 8 years? Something like that?
I think he's going to go by either his real name or some variation of it, Wyndham Rotunda, or Wyatt Wyndham, or Wyndham Wyatt, maybe. I don't know.
As long as he brings JoJo Rotunda, I will be pleased. But otherwise, not interested.
I hear you, ladies and gentlemen. I hear you. But yes, Brodie, I think, is leaving Jimmy's Wi-Fi alone after his rant there on the match. But like I said, it was a really good moment there. Next, we had, right off of this Brodie Lee moment with the Dark Order, we had another returning star or debut with Lio Rush with the vignette talking about him returning to AEW, that he's not actually retired. I was stunned to see him already back, and he talks about his new gimmick, which is LBO Leo. He buys and invests into businesses and sells them. And we see a whole bunch of visuals of like cars and nice lavish resorts. And I was happy to see Leo, and then thoroughly confused about everything he was saying. What did you think?
Care about Little Uzi. Have no interest in fucking whatever. Enough. I was fucking unimpressed with him at the fucking casino, whatever the fuck. It was unimpressive. This was unimpressive. I feel it followed Matt Hardy right away. There's got to be some type of connection there. We can't be so dummy. Khan cannot be such a dummy that he does not make a connection between Money Matt Hardy and this gimmick, which feels almost identical. You know what? If it's something where he comes to the Hardy family office and does something, I guess I'm okay with it. But I could do without him unless he's gonna spit some bars. I have no interest in it.
And they announced on their social media immediately after the segment that Lio Rush is officially All Elite. So
I hope so. He's on your programming.
This follows up with what we heard after Double or Nothing, that AEW was planning on signing Lio Rush after his appearance in the Casino Battle Royale. But he had the injury. He had a false retirement. He was basically Terry Funk 406 because was
that a gimmick? Like, when he retired, was that a gimmick? Or did you think he really retired?
I think he really thought he was retiring because he's
an
injured.
Man, then I'm not sure if I trust him.
He had an injury, and he's dealt a lot with his mental health during the pandemic. He was on the challenge, and he had to leave the challenge because he couldn't deal with that type of like living arrangement with a whole bunch of like living with strangers, because he grew up in group homes. So he's dealt a lot with like mental health and stuff like that. So I think it was more about his mental health than his physical health with that.
Well, then I apologize, sir. And I think mainly us, because that's what we deal with black people. So I will say this: we don't really take that show that seriously. It's always man up and keep going. But why would you continue to stay someplace miserable if you're not happy? It makes no sense whatsoever. Get out. People call you a pussy or millennial, whatever. Fuck that. Get out. Get your shit together and then come back. That's it. Don't stick around just to be tough guy. Fuck all that. I leave all bad situations. Fuck that.
One thing I did want to ask you about, because this is a topic, and I know you've addressed, some people that do address it on their social medias, but I want to give you the opportunity to address it here. So a lot of talk has been about AEW having a diversity problem with the lack of African American males in their main event scene, or African Americans in general on Dynamite and Rampage. What is your thoughts, and who do you think deserves more of an opportunity to move up the ladder and be in the main event in AEW?
Here's what I think about it. They have a diversity problem, but it's not their diversity problem, because everybody I would say should be in that spot don't work there. Lashley, off the top of my fucking head. Reigns is something, right?
Big E is another one. Big E, Kofi Kingston,
right?
New Day,
Kofi. Lee Johnson to me has potential. Scorpio Sky has some severe flaws. So you have to give him a manager for that to work.
Yes.
I'm not giving anybody a push just because they're black. I'm never going or anything. I'm never going to do it.
Yes.
So you've got to earn it for me. But those are two guys I would keep an eye on. Though with Dan Lambert, that's not happening. Scorpio Sky. It's over. He's had like 4 or 5 gimmicks. He's 32, 31. It's over. I'm sorry, sir. You had your chance. So Lee Johnson, you're next up.
Starks and Hobbs, I feel like they deserve more of an opportunity.
Boom. 2 guys who are, if not ready right now, won't take that long to be ready. Boom. Yeah. And we're done. And we can get rid of people who I'm not that impressed with. I'll keep that to myself because I don't want people to get upset with me, like Matt Jackson or Adam Cole, like this. That's all. Other than that, just
will you stop? Come on, Adam Cole is
he's built like Triple H in fucking '87. Like, he looks ridiculous. I'm sorry. Jungle Boy looks like a goddamn Steiner compared to fucking Adam Cole. This is silly.
No.
Sure.
Adam Cole definitely has more muscles than Jungle Boy. Will you stop?
He's got gigantic legs, though. I was just watching, like, look at this guy's legs. Skip leg day, sir.
Oh my God, I can't with you. Next, I did want to address that. So thank you, Jimmy, for bringing that up. And I know if Marcus Cash was here with us, he would have tried to exit out of the camera.
I don't want to say
so this seemed like a great time to ask. FTR and Tully Blanchard are ready to show that they're the best. They're going to refocus, and they said they're not going to make excuses for what happened last week, and then proceed to make excuses. And but they said they're going to refocus and prove that the FTR and the Pinnacle are the best. What do you think about this little promo segment? I thought that Dax Harwood was great, and he's probably one of the more underrated promo guys in all of AEW right now.
He certainly fucking is. First of all, I'm glad he's the promo guy. Tully is good, and Cash is fine, but Dax is, I go, great. And ironically, he reminds me a lot of Arn Anderson. He's got this no-nonsense, straightforward, punch in the mouth, though Arn has moved beyond that, apparently, type of style. And I'm here for it. This is the first time where I've looked at FTR kind of getting back to what they're supposed to be, which is badasses.
Absolutely. And then we get another promo, but this time it's in ring, and it's the aforementioned Scorpio Sky along with Ethan Page and Dan Lambert. They talk about how Chris Jericho got kneed in the face by UFC's Jorge Masvidal last week on Rampage. The thing is, Jericho saved this promotion from itself, says Dan Lambert, and turned it into the hottest promotion anyone has seen in years. Then Jericho came after them and got beaten down like never before. Leaving his earning potential the same as everyone else here, 0. Now they have to cut the head off of AEW, and Tony Khan, will have more trouble selling snake oil. Scorpio Sky then gets an opportunity to talk and talks about how he was a star around here at the very beginning, and how he has one of the best winning percentage in AEW. He said he grabbed the giant Sonic ring and it wasn't good enough. No one around here was paying attention, but Dan Lambert was watching. Lambert sees him as a main eventer, just like Ethan Page, and that sends Ethan Page to save this entire segment and cut the best promo. Scorpio Sky was getting what chance, and Ethan Page completely shitted on the what chance and didn't even breathe during this whole rant. He says how great he is at everything, but he can't get an action figure or spot in the opening video. He has the best smile around here. And now he rolls with champions because the men of the year are the men of the year and American Top Team are the top team. What did you think about this promo segment here?
This is why I get on Tony Dummy Khan's case. This is why. Same with this. For me, fucking Lambert has been working for at least a couple of appearances now. It's just,
yes.
Who's the she?
I think it was from one of our previous segments because this was higher up. Yeah.
Yeah, it just hasn't worked. Scorpio Sky, we finally got some backstory on why the fuck he's actually with this fucking guy to begin with. And fuck, I won't pretend to care about the rest of that. Ethan Page saved this fucking segment. Ethan Page should be talking for himself and for Scorpio Sky, and that should be the end of it. We don't need Dan Lambert. It's such a jarring change of pace from the rest of the program, and I get that that's what they're going for, kind of this outsider wink wink. He's an old Jim Cornette, not the new Jim Cornette that fucking loves everything that's going on. But
Jim Cornette, the biggest AEW mark out there.
But now, and it's very cheap, but not in the context of the program. It's like you have to fucking say some fourth wall shit to get over, and it isn't over. Meanwhile, in a couple segments, we're going to see a guy who fucking also goes over the top, MJF, and just makes it work. Yes. And Dan Lambert sounds like he's reading from a script. He sounds like, this is what I have to say. I've got a really good memory, and I just pull it off. Meanwhile, Ethan Page, I'm just going off how I feel. Ugh.
There's a difference. There is a difference. Like Ethan Page, yeah, he just comes off more natural. He just has a natural charisma to him that is just, yeah, it's just great stuff. And yeah, he should be a main eventer on his own. Or if he is going to be in the tag team with Scorpio Sky, they need to have like a firm plan for him. And I would love for him to kind of break away and start a feud with Chris Jericho one-on-one out of this, because Jericho is all about putting over young stars, and he's one of the stars that definitely needs to be put over and needs a big win at this point. We got a couple of comments here. Frantic World talking about AEW just signs Leo Rush and Kara Hogan. So yes, they're trying to.
Don't do that. No. We're not doing the quota points. We're not doing the affirmative action point. No. Having one roster. No.
They're improving the diversity. They're signing more talent that can get prominent spots. Leo Rush and Kara Hogan are
Kara Hogan came in and got squashed the first time I saw her. I was arguing with Dummy, not Tony Khan, Cash, about fucking, oh no, they signed her, she's a big deal. I'm like, she's gonna get her ass kicked. What are you babbling about? And that's exactly what happened. Knock it off.
Hey, she has more of an opportunity to not get squashed now that she signed with the company. Annika says why they haven't run back Big Swole versus Britt Baker is a mystery to me. She already beat her in 2020. Yeah, she beat her in the tooth and nail match. And I said, I think I've said it before on the show with you guys that I feel like Big Swole should have been the first contender, not Nyla Rose, because that would have worked more to establish that Britt Baker is still a heel. And then you save Nyla for Pittsburgh, where you don't have to have your plucky underdog babyface Red Velvet be in that spot and be booed.
Common fucking sense. Who doesn't have it? I'll give you a guess.
Dummy Khan. your favorite saying in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Bowen saying, here come the hookers. Yes, hookers.
Oh, Jesus.
Hookers stand up. Hookers stand up, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Bowen saying, I don't know, SP3. Jimmy might be on to something. I don't know.
I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm right.
Exactly. I knew you were going to say that.
I don't know what part you're talking about, but I was right.
Blue saying, how many times FTR are going to refocus and not make excuses? I feel like they always cut the same promo.
How many times you refocus? With LeBron activating playoff mode. All right.
This needs to be saved and put on screen for Marcus Cash next time he's on the show. Annika saying, how is Ethan Page not getting pushed better? I totally agree with you. And then Josh Bowen saying, glad you guys like Ethan Page, not for me, but like Scorpio Sky. I like Scorpio Sky in the ring, but he just doesn't have the charisma or the promo skills of Ethan Page
at all. And you know what? Give him a shooter gimmick, give him a fucking actual, give him Arn Anderson, and then just let him go.
That would work. That would work, actually. Next up, we had Hakarashida. Finally back on our screens, another woman that I was like, I forgot you existed. Hakarashida is ready to get her 50th win in AEW, which would be the record for the women's division, but she has to beat Serena Deeb next week on Dynamite's second anniversary show. And my God, like we've been dealing with a couple of weeks outside of Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho last week in the main event, but outside of that week, there's been so women's matches for the last couple of weeks. But when I heard this, I got so fucking excited. What about you, Jimmy?
You know I'm a Deeb fan. She would be my number, I think I said 3 pick. Be Go Baker, then it would be Jade because she looks like $1 million, and then it would be Deeb, who's her heel turn, which not really been a heel turn, but you know what I mean. She worked heel last 3 matches she's had, Rio and a couple others. It was so fantastic. I love Serena Deeb. I'm praying to God she wins this match and we hold off on the 50th win, but it's not going to happen, man. It is what it is. But still, I'm excited for the match. I'm glad she's back.
Yes. She was out injured, but I'm glad she's back. Hakarashida's just been on like dark elevation, which is a crime because she was champion for over a year, so they should have at least done something with her coming out of that title reign. But hey, I'm looking forward to this match next week. But next we had our women's matchup on this show, as it was a tag team match of Penelope Ford and the Bunny versus Tay Conti and Anna Jay. This has actually been building up for a number of weeks. AEW has done a good job of building up this tag team feud here. And we start off with a brawl immediately with the heels being set into the corner. Tay tries to jump on their apron but falls down and comes down on her, holding her knee. She's isolated until she makes the hot tag to Anna Jay. Anna Jay also gets isolated by the ladies, and then Tay Conti comes in with the hot tag and completely goes off, hits her 101 moves that she usually hits, and gets the Tay KO to Bunny on the outside, while Anna Jay locks on the Queen Slayer on Penelope Ford for the victory in 6.5 minutes. After the match, Tay and Jay celebrate, and then of course the -1, the smart boy, the smart kid that he is, comes out and gets some love from Tay J. What a special moment. Another Brodie Lee little tribute here. I enjoyed the ending. I thought that the beginning was a little bit all over the place, but they got it together towards the end. Tay and Jay is my favorite female tag team in AEW, and I like the moment with -1. What about you, Jimmy?
Could you put that tag team picture back up? The like the preview shot they have? Which like this team versus, does AEW have a diversity problem? They look all exactly the same. I did like this match though. The match is fine. You talk about Tay J, your favorite female tag team. They're not my favorite female tag team in this match. Like I thoroughly prefer Bunny and Jesus, that's borderline racist.
Scorpio Glock Sky.
I prefer Bunny and Penelope Ford. However, the match is fine. I barely think it's fine. I gotta be honest, Anna Jay does not work for me as babyface at all. Maybe it's because she's next to Tay Conti, but it just feels like one of them is a natural babyface and the other one is not.
That makes sense. And I think it's leading to eventual feud between the two ladies, and Anna Jay would definitely be the heel in that scenario to me. Josh Bowen saying, what the hell is Serena doing stealing my man Dean Malenko's gimmick refrigerant? No, Dean Malenko actually gave it to her. Because Dean Malenko is one of the agents in AEW, and he's called Serena Deeb one of the best technical wrestlers out there. So he told her that she can be the woman of 1,000 holds. So it's not gimmick infringement if they give it to you. It's similar to Ronda Rousey getting the Rowdy name from Roddy Piper. It works. It works.
Took it after she quit again.
She didn't quit. She went and had a baby. Congratulations to her. You know, she just had her
That's what
baby,
it was.
her baby girl. Yes. Don't smite my Rhonda. Josh Bowen also saying Sheeta is awesome. Hopefully they do something with her. I totally agree. Romeo saying I missed it. Did you speculate on who Andrade can get as a partner versus Lucha Bros? Someone disappointing, I'm sure.
God damn.
Damn, just shitting on it. I mean, I think that with Roosh of that is one of Andrade's best friends. He's out injured for the rest of the year. I think that the best person for him to get is Dragon Lee. I don't know, you're probably not familiar with him, but he's the ROH television champion as well as one half of the ROH tag team champions, and he's one of the best luchadors in the game today. So that would be the person I would get. But if he's gonna get a tag team, because that's what he kind of teased.
That's what it sounded like to me. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't tease he was gonna be going after it. He teased he was gonna bring in the tag team. I think we get Vikingo and Laredo Kid, who's already been on AEW, and Vikingo, who's one of the best high flyers in all of the world. I think that would be the perfect fit for them. What about you, Jimmy?
That sounds right to me. I'll take your word for it.
This man's smart.
Mysterio and Ultimo Dragon, I have nothing for you at all.
Annika saying blonde on blonde on blonde on blonde on blonde. Frantic Girl saying I like the woman tag team matchup, and hard work. Bearcat Blue saying the blonde and the beautiful. Jimmy reading my mind. I thought the same thing when I saw the match graphic. That's Vince's wet dream.
Actually, I think the cup size is a little too small for Vince's taste.
Just a little bit. So video on we got a video on Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose versus Jade Cargill in a 3-way match on Rampage. I can't wait for this. I'm all for this, and I would not agree with Jimmy's ranking, because mine would go Thunder Rosa #1, then Britt Baker, then Jade Cargill for me. That's how I would do the top 3, and then Serena would be my 4th pick. But Thunder Rosa, I think you're disrespecting Thunder Rosa because she's the best in-ring wrestler in the AEW women's division, and she has an identifiable look as well. So are you looking forward to this triple threat, and who do you think wins?
When I heard it announced, I remember being that excited for a women's match since the Gold Baker title match, the one where she won it. Thunder Rosa's got to win. I assume she's going to go over Nyla. We can't have Jade lose. And then we're going to move on to Thunder Rosa versus Gold Baker, finally. I'm here for it. I'm not complaining. I'm really looking forward to this fucking match. Strange.
I think we don't get Thunder Rosa and Britt until next year. I think they're going to spread it out. So I don't think Thunder Rosa wins here. So I would say Jade gets the win here, but maybe we get a Jade and Thunder Rosa feud out of this. So that's what I would say would be next.
Is she ready for that? Is Jade ready for fucking Thunder Rosa?
I don't know, but that's the best way to get her to be, have better matches and improve in the ring, is put her in with the best worker in the division, and that's Thunder Rosa, in my opinion. Next up, we have MJF come out, and he's here to cut a promo, which can only mean bad things for everyone in the building. MJF doesn't think much of upstate New York and wants to talk about the 4 pillars of AEW. He says you have Jungle Boy, beat him. You have Sammy Guevara, beat him. You got Darby Allin, yeah, whatever. And the strongest pillar of them all, which is the man who was in the first match at All In, the man that was in the first AEW pay-per-view match, the man who is the 2-time Dynamite Diamond Ring winner, and that is Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF. He is the past, present, and future of AEW, and that means he should be the AEW World Champion. He says, Tony, he earned that in the ring then, dude. He says that Tony Khan, he was like, you're my friend, you're my buddy. Out of all the Khans in wrestling, you're in my top 2, considering there is only 2. That was hilarious. He then teases that said he knows somebody that he worked with closely in MLW, and he's talking about Bruce Pritchard, and he has him on speed dial if he doesn't get a title shot. And then here is Darby Allin to interrupt, and the first line MJF says off the bat to Darby is, as much as I love the whole school shooter mime on the skateboard routine, he's not happy with the interruption. There is nothing wrong with being a number 2 guy like Mark Messier Ray, Scottie Pippen, or even your good friend Sting. MJF says he's the number one guy. So Alan asks if MJF is done talking and tells him to go if he isn't happy. See, Alan is AEW for life until death, but he doesn't understand how MJF can be number one when between the two of them, Alan is the only one who's won a title. Ooh, that was a nice, good fact getting out there. MJF says he appreciates the Batman voice and brings up Alan being straight edge. We hear about Alan he brings up Alan's real life story of why he became straight edge, about being in a car accident with his drunk uncle when he was a kid and they got into an accident. And he says that the uncle died and it's a tragedy. It's just travesty because the wrong man died. My God, does MJF always have to throw these lines out? Alan says MJF isn't breaking him mentally, which sends MJF leaving. MJF was firing on all cylinders here. This was vintage MJF where he goes a little bit too far, but it's just great heel heat. And I love Darby Allin responding to it differently than like Brian Pillman Jr. or Chris Jericho. Or even Arn Anderson, pull up my Glock. And he just like took it all in and he was like, what else do you got? And that flustered MJF because he couldn't break him mentally with words. So this sets up a great feud. And this is a feud that I didn't think we were going to get, but it makes total sense. Darby Allin 2 weeks ago beat Shawn Spears. Last week, Sting and Darby defeated FTR. And now he's going up against MJF. It makes total sense. I didn't see it coming, but this screams a pay-per-view matchup for AEW between two of their young pillars of the company. What did you think, Jimmy?
I love this segment. I thought Punk brought it home at the end where he said, when you stand with the bullies, they run away. That's what happens. I thought it was perfect. I don't need anything else. That's the fucking basis of the feud. The promo is fucking fantastic. MJF, another thing he does, which people like, I don't know, Dan Lambert don't do, is he kind of walks the room. He's like a stand-up comedian. He's fucking doing shit up there. I wanted to say this was early. Oh shit! That's not wrong.
That's not wrong at all. Fifth generation Cardi said White Max can say whatever he wants. Black Max, not so much.
That's not wrong. Come on now. Where's his 30-day suspension? Come on now. Talking about killing somebody, whatever. Jesus, goddamn. Go ahead, sir. You hurt people. The promo was fantastic. I thought Darby was really good. Short and sweet, kind of to the point. Darby's taller than I thought he was, quite frankly. I know he probably likes wearing heels or whatever, but he's still taller than I thought he was. Come on now. If you tell me he wears heels, would you be shocked? I wouldn't be.
No, I wouldn't.
Shorts, whatever the fuck. I don't know who should go over, though, because Darby just lost a really big match to Punk. So I don't know if we have to lose to MJF. However, that's a good take right there. I'm here for it. I'm here for wherever this goes.
I think that this should definitely be one of the high profile matches for Full Gear. Because this, when I saw these guys interact, I was like, this is gold. This is gold. This needs to be a pay-per-view match. And I love this feud already. Remember, we got our most viewers watching across all three platforms. Remember to drop a like on this video. You can share it with all your friends in every, your Facebook groups, on Twitter, retweet it, as well as on YouTube. You can share it. And of course, if you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button. We do AEWramble every week, reviewing AEW Dynamite with, of course, the man of 41,000 subscribers, Jimmy Macram, usually the hot take machine, Marcus Cash, but he's not with us this week. And of course, it's me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. But we move on to the main event for the AEW TNT Championship. It's Sammy Guevara getting a shot at God's favorite champion, the Redeemer, Miro. We got a video package beforehand with the fallout from Miro beating Fuego del Sol that started this feud here when he took his car, and the interactions between Sammy and Miro last week, him throwing Fuego off the stage and beating up Sammy. And Sammy says he will buy Fuego a new car if he wins wins. And I liked Sammy saying, I didn't know that Fago was going to put up his car. I didn't put him up to that. I like that. Save him. Say, making him a baby face, making him a baby because he didn't seem like a good friend.
What?
TNT Championship match. Both guys came out looking like stars. Sammy with a great pop, Miro with that awesome music with the horns playing, great stuff. He looks like a final boss, and he was very dominant throughout this matchup. It went back and forth for a lot of it. Miro kicks Sammy down again. That earns, but he runs out off the ropes, and then Sammy hits a great Spanish fly in midair. There was a low drop kick to rock Miro, and a running knee does the same. Miro misses a charge and sends him flying out to the floor, and Guevara hits a huge flip dive to the floor. Back in, Guevara charges into a swinging release slam from Miro for a 2 count. Guevara blocks a superplex attempt. A middle rope cutter can't keep Miro down for the 3 count. Guevara can't pick Miro up for the GTH, but jumping super kick by Miro. I thought it was over with the Mashka kick because we've seen him finish people before with that, but Sammy rolls out of the ring. That leaves Miro to pull off all the turnbuckle pads. Friego del Sol comes out when he tries to pull off the 4th one to make the save, but he gets punched off the apron. Sammy Guevara comes in with the jumping knee, which sends Miro into the exposed turnbuckle. He then does the tribute to Friego with the tornado DDT, which is, of course, Miro's kryptonite because he can't handle those shots to the neck. He hits the GTH, which drops Miro. Then he goes up for the final death blow, the 630. They listened to us because we said the 630 should always be his finish, and that's how he gets the biggest victory of his career. Sammy Guevara defeats Miro and becomes the new AEW TNT champion. My God, this felt like a magical moment. The Rochester fans were on fire for this finish here, and it just felt like a very special moment in AEW history. And it was great that, MJF cut that promo about the 4 pillars of AEW, because we started off the night with what you said, arguably one of Jungle Boy's best matches. Then we got the 2 other pillars starting a feud with each other with Darby Allin and MJF. And then we end the night with an OG, a day 1 AEW guy, the guy that was in the first ever AEW match back on the pre-show of Double or Nothing against Kip Sabian, Sammy Guevara, the man who was in the first match on Dynamite against Cody in 2019. He wins the TNT Championship on this special night in Rochester. What was your thoughts on the match?
I love this match. I thought it was very well done. We talk about the subtle shit that was going on. Miro fucking feeling his fingers in the match because of his neck injury. I thought was fantastic. I thought Excalibur and Punk in particular were fantastic on commentary. I thought MJF, like you said earlier, really set this up. Sammy is one of the guys, essentially. I didn't think you mentioned him. I'm not sure why you mentioned him to MJF. I was at the fact beat him, which is a great spin. I'm surprised he went over as cleanly as he did. It wasn't clean, let's be clear. But as cleanly as he did, kind of lets you know what they think of Sammy. He is a big deal. Somebody else who got suspended. I'm here for it. And I gotta be honest, I need bigger and better from Miro. This feels kind of like an obvious thing here, but sometimes things that seem obvious to us are not obvious to cons. Like, I don't know, Ethan Page. Or damn Ambush. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm here for it.
This is not obvious to cons. Great stuff. Great stuff. But yeah, this was a special moment, and I feel like the TNT Championship has honestly been one of AEW's best jobs of booking champions, because everybody stand out. You had Cody with the open challenges, which gave us Ricky Starks, Eddie Kingston. You had Brodie with that great moment, that squash against Cody, and then the dog collar match where he lost the title. Then Cody loses to Darby Allin, completes his feud with Darby Allin getting the win. Then Darby goes on that magical run run of main events against Silver and Ten and Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy. Even he had Matt Hardy's best match in AEW,
Right?
in my opinion. And then loses it to Miro. Miro with the God's favorite champion, and that great storytelling, the feud with Eddie Kingston, all the great stuff he did. And now we got Sammy Guevara as the next champion. It's just great stuff what they've done. And now he's got the Blackstrap title back. It's not the Miro Bulgaria title. So it's great touches. And then on Rhodes to the Top, which followed this, we got the first commercial break where Sammy Guevara says that he just received the text and he will defend the AEW TNT Championship for the first time next week in Philadelphia on the anniversary show against Bobby Fish, the former WWE superstar, former member of the Undisputed Era with Adam Cole. He was released in, I believe this was August, and he will be debuting in AEW to verse Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship next week on the anniversary show, which joins a hell of a lineup. We talked about Deeb versus Shida. We talked about the Elite versus Danielson, Jurassic Express, and Christian Cage, but we also got a casino ladder match with the winner receiving a world title match. So they've completely stacked the AEW second anniversary show. So what's your thoughts on Guevara versus Fish and then the casino ladder match? Who do you think's going to win that?
Guevara versus Fish. I tried to hold out until the first commercial break of Rhodes to the Top, but they had as Rhodes, they're legends. As visionaries, they're fucking forward thinking, and I turned that shit off right after that. I said, "What the fuck are we even talking about?" Just so.
We appreciate your honesty.
I'm just whatever. I expect a good match, and I expect Sammy to win, as we all should, I would imagine. By the way, we did not. I'll be nice. I'm just gonna keep going on Cody, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm looking forward to that match. As far as the next week's Dynamite, I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. Now that you've mentioned the title match, yes, you God's favorite AEW champion eventually.
And that's why this show is called God Has Some Splaining to Do.
Some splaining to do, Lucy.
Because he helped Roman Reigns win on Sunday against the Demon Finn Balor, and now Miro loses the title. So maybe God has a new favorite champion. I don't know.
Ooh, I didn't consider that.
I don't know.
I think Danielson actually loses the opening match, and then he wins the Casino Battle Royal in fucking WrestleMania 30-esque fashion, where he bookends the shows. Shida goes over Deeb, sadly, and yeah, Sammy wins. I expect a really good show. I'd be really disappointed if it's not a good show.
Me too. I totally agree with you there. We got a bunch of comments here. Fifth Generation saying, can't wait to see this Bobby Fish match. We also got EBB saying that Irish whip into the Spanish Fly is insane to me. As big as Miro is, you'd think he needs a few seconds to get set, but that was done so quickly and smoothly. A standing Spanish Fly too, crazy. Josh Bowen saying this was great, perfect time to pull the trigger of Sammy. Yeah, like although I was like Annika set up here, I also was not ready for Miro to lose the belt. Like I thought Miro's run was going great. It felt like the right time when it happened. Like it was it was a surprise. You're in Rochester. The TNT Championship is in the main event. It's the title synonymous with Brodie Lee. Although he's one of the shorter TNT champions, it was such a great moment with him winning, and then the dog collar matchup where he lost it. He's kind of synonymous with the title, and the fact they've retired the red strap after he passed. So it just felt like it was the perfect time to do it. And it was a great moment. Josh Bowen saying 3 hours of Dynamite. Here we go.
Imagine this.
I was like, I don't know about that, but
after Biggie died, right? People were very hesitant to call themselves fucking the greatest rapper ever. How long do we give Brodie Lee as the greatest TNT champion ever? Because if I had to rank him, honestly, he's obviously no higher than third. I mean, behind fucking Darby and Miro. Like, how long do we give this run before we go, okay, it's Jay-Z now? Like, it just is. I'm asking for a friend.
This is a genuine question.
Yeah, I'm confused. Like I get why we're saying it. Why can't we just say the great Brodie Lee, the greatest TNT champion ever? But is he though?
the greatest. I'd say Darby is 1, Miro's 2, and then Brodie.
Okay. How long before we admit it? Another year?
No one's gonna remember. No, not ever. Frantic World saying Sammy versus Bobby is going to be good. EBB saying, let's say there's 5 entrants and 1 surprise. Who you got? I think that MJF and Darby Allin needs to be in this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Orange Cassidy, since he's number 1 in the rankings, it just makes sense for him to be in it. Maybe because of him, you put in Matt Hardy. He's a ladder match expert. Then I would throw someone in like a Ricky Starks, and then if you're doing the surprise entrant, that's gotta be Hangman Page, right?
It's either Dames or the Page, one of the two. I'm not mad at it. The surprise is whoever wins. That guy.
Yeah. That one there. I don't know. It depends also on when this title match is going to happen. If it happens at Full Gear, it needs to be either Hangman or Bryan Danielson for sure.
Agreed.
And then Romeo giving us the facts saying Miro's hometown, it was a city built on 7 hills. It has 7 hills on his side plate. God let him beat 7 challengers. He lost to the 8th. And
please tell me he's going to incorporate that into his excuse next week. I would be here for it.
And he got that from the Twitter handle Maggie, who does a great job of giving us the Bulgarian facts because she's from Bulgaria. So great job by her. CM saying Rhodes to the top should be everyone but Cody, honestly. All right, so we got to wrap things up here. Jimmy, who was your MVP of the show?
Shit. MJF. Sorry, it is what it is.
I'm gonna go with Sammy. Yeah, Sammy. LVP.
Dan Lamberts. We have to move on. Or Tony Khan, whoever you blame for this. We have to move on.
Cody, because I could steal his car.
How do we not give the MVP to Arn? This is blasphemous.
Arn deserves the silver at the very least. And thumbs in the middle, thumbs up or thumbs down for this episode of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. See, even my daughter says it as well. And then what was your match of the night?
Shit. I really like the Adam Cole Jungle Boy match. Yeah, I'm going with that. I'm sorry. I really like that fucking match.
I'm gonna say Cole match of the night. First time I'm saying that.
Don't do that, Skip Bayless.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cole versus Jungle Boy and Sammy versus Miro. Both of those matches were equally great.
No such thing as
equally great stuff. All right, that brings us to a close on AEWramble number 11. God has some splaining to do. Jimmy, please let the people know where they can find you on social media, good brother.
At the YouTube, at the Twitter, at the Facebook, at the Instagram, at Jimmy Macram, for all of them, pretty much. I complain about things that bother me.
All the things that bother you. And you can find me on the Twitter machine at True Heel SP3. My daughter's trying to get on screen. She's trying to get on screen, so she's got to get some love. So yes, True Heel SP3. You can follow the gang on the Twitter machine at True Heel Heat. Okay, you can't pull that off of the mic though. Yes, and you can see us, of course, next week. She's a little naked there, so let me put her down there. And of course, hit the subscribe button as per usual. We got a lot of great things coming up on the YouTube channel this week. Tonight, you got Blunt Impact with the fellas Ness and Chris G. You got tomorrow our Dark Side of the Ring review for Onita's FMW. You also got Friday Night Warriors, and then on Saturday you got True Heel Heat 145 with Dutch Mantel. Hit the like button, share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and and family on all your favorite social media platforms. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to stay notified, and go over and follow Jimmy's YouTube channel as well for our What If review. So for Jimmy, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3, and my daughter screaming in the background. This has been AEWramble number 11. God has some splaining to do. We are signing off until next time.